It's my honor to be here with you to specifically honor 4 organizations. The first one is BAPS Swaminarayan, making Hindus visible through magnificent mandirs. By building magnificent mandirs with stunning architecture, BAPS has firmly established Hindus' visual identity across the world. Established by Bhagwan Swaminarayan in the late 18th century and formalized in 1907 by Shastriji Maharaj, BAPS has developed a worldwide network of over 3,850 cultural and spiritual centers. BAPS has established numerous Swaminarayan Akshardham cultural complexes in Bharat and other major cities globally. These iconic centers strengthen Hindu Dharma by providing Hindus with a visual identity which is a strong blend of aesthetics, tradition, technology, and spirituality. These centers have been instrumental in reviving the Nagar school of Hindu architecture and the creation of a large number of sculptors and craftsmen adept at turning pieces of lifeless stone into symbols of marvel and inspiration. The wonderful complexes of BAPS Sanstha has stimulated curiosity and interest in Hindu architecture, its intricacies, and through it, in Hindu Dharma amongst all people of all cultural and religious backgrounds. These marvelous creations are a source of pride and inspiration for Hindus everywhere. They also serve as seats of learning for learning Hindu sanskars, culture, cuisine, language, traditions, literature, and performing arts. These centers also provide an environment for people of all ages to connect with their Hindu identity. The Second World Hindu Congress deeply appreciates the distinguished contributions of BAPS Swaminarayan Sanstha towards serving Hindu Dharma. We honor BAPS Swaminarayan Sanstha for creating such magnificent mandirs across the world. I now request Alakji Parmar to come on the stage and to receive the honors. The citation for the plaque reads as follows: for building marvelous and magnificent mandirs with stunning architecture, aesthetics, timeless technology, and deep spiritual vibrations that have established a visual Hindu identity across the world. I now request Alakji to say a few words.
Thank you very much to the organizers for presenting this award to BAPS. Generally, such awards are accepted by official members of the organization. So you may be wondering, why is a volunteer accepting this award on behalf of the BAPS Swaminarayan Sanstha? Well, the first reason is that BAPS is the sum total of the countless selfless volunteers that give so much of their lives to making its activities possible. These are professionals and individuals from all walks of life who are also raising families, yet they are passionate to help serve others because they believe in Pramukh Swami Maharaj's motto, in the joy of others lies our own, in the progress of others rests our own, and in the good of others abides our own. Volunteerism is a cornerstone of BAPS and any charitable organization. So, I feel like you have conferred this award to thousands of amazing individuals. The second reason is that BAPS focuses on families and nurturing our younger generation. Thousands of mothers help bring sanskars to children and youth. These hardworking, professional women are helping to raise proud citizens of the United States, and more importantly, peace-loving Hindus. And last but not least, you have bestowed this award on BAPS not because of its many Hindu activities across the United States and across the world, but perhaps because BAPS believes in ahimsa, nonviolence, nurturing youth, and instilling Hindu values and sanskars in all individuals. Foremost, BAPS fosters peace and harmony. Not a day goes by that our Guru, Mahant Swami Maharaj, doesn't talk about unity and harmony. Harmony in the family, harmony in our communities, and harmony across the world. We are truly humbled to have received this award. Thank you, and Jai Swaminarayan.
The next organization is Geeta Press Gorakhpur, making Hindu Shastra and literatures universally accessible. Each society must have universal and continuous access to its great text to sustain its civilization and historical identity. For Hindus, the credit for ensuring this in the recent times primarily goes to Geeta Press Gorakhpur. Geeta Press initiated its journey through the establishment of a trust, Govind Bhavan Karyalay, in Kolkata in 1923. Later, the trust operations got shifted to Gorakhpur through the establishment of Geeta Press at Gorakhpur, Uttar Pradesh. Today, Gorakhpur is universally synonymous with the very famous Geeta Press. Over several decades, the operation of the press was steered with great dedication by its luminaries, Sri Jayadal Goenka, Sri Hanuman Prasad Podar, fondly known as Bhaiji, Hanuman Prasad was one of the founders of the trustee of the Vishwendra Parishad, and Sri Gansham Das Jalan. Their sustained efforts have ensured the availability of Hindu scriptures and texts to tens of crores of people at very affordable prices. Seva and Paramarth have always been the guiding principles of Geeta Press, and it has remarkably never accepted advertisements and donations. It works purely on a non-profit basis. Till date, Geeta Press has published over 72 million copies of Bhagavad Gita and over 70 million of Sri Charitmanas. To put it in perspective, for the last 92 years, Geeta Press has printed 2,144 copies of Bhagavad Gita and 2,084 copies of Ramcharitmanas daily uninterrupted. In addition, the press has also published several other Hindu texts and scriptures in large quantities. Today, Geeta Press publications are available in most major languages of Bharatvarsh. The translation of English in English reach out to a global audience. Its book stalls in major railway and bus stations and at pilgrimage stations make the timeless truths of Hindu Dharma accessible to one and all. Geeta Press has significantly contributed to the beautiful, iconic visual depiction of Hindu deities and important events in Hindu history. Its pictures of Hindu deities appear in countless publications of the press, including the very sought-after Kalyan special editions. The Second World Hindu Congress deeply appreciated these distinguished contributions of Geeta Press and in serving Hindu Dharma, and honors Geeta Press for providing crores of people with rich Hindu texts continually over the last century. I now request Sri Ishwar Prasadji, trustee of Govind Bhavan Karyalay, to come on the dais and receive the honor from Sri Mohanji Bhagwat. The citation on the plaque. The citation on the plaque reads as follows: for making the sacred Hindu literature and iconic visuals affordable and universally accessible to the common people of Bharatvarsha. I now request Sri Ishwarji to say a few words.
सी राम मैं सब जग जानी, करऊं प्रणाम जोरि जुग पानी। आकाशात् पतितं तोयं यथा गच्छति सागरं सर्वदेव नमस्कार केशवम प्रति गच्छति। जिस प्रकार आकाश से गिरी हुई प्रत्येक बूंद समुद्र को ही प्राप्त होती है, उसी प्रकार सभी देवताओं को किया हुआ नमस्कार भगवान केशव को ही प्राप्त होता है। उन्हीं भगवान के केशव के मुख कमल से उद्भासित भगवद गीता के प्रचार हेतु संस्थापित गीता प्रेस का प्रतिनिधित्व करते हुए सुदूर होकर भी आत्मीयता प्राप्त कर रहा हूँ। I am grateful to the World Hindu Foundation for choosing Geeta Press for this extreme honor and giving me a chance to share a little bit about Geeta Press with all of you. I am Ishwar Prasad Patwari and I am one of the trustees of Geeta Press, Gorakhpur. Geeta Press was set up at Gorakhpur, Bharat in 1923 by a God-realized soul, Sri Jayadayalji Goenka, popularly known as Sethji. Another two great souls, Sri Hanuman Prasadji Poddar, also known as Bhaiji, and Swami Sri Ram Sukhdasji Maharaj have nourished this institution for a long time. First President of Bharat, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, inaugurated its main gate on April 29, 1955, representing various temple architectural style from around the country. As many of you know, Geeta Press has published Geeta, Ramayana, Upanishads, Mahabharata, and many more character-building books in multi-million numbers. We publish books in 14 different languages. We have published 664 million books till March 2018. Other than these books, two monthly magazines, Kalyan in Hindi and Kalyan Kaltaru in English, are very popular. Kalyan has over 200,000 monthly subscribers. The main objective is to spread spirituality for God realization, which is the aim of human lineage. Geeta Press has also served communities during flood, earthquake, and fire situations. Last year, many of you might have heard rumor of financial trouble at Geeta Press. But let me assure you that Geeta Press is financially healthy. Just for an example, in the year 2016, we bought a German machine worth about 1.5 million US dollars. Not only this, we continuously invest in modern printing technologies. I am happy to share that we do all this without any donations as well as without any commercial advertisements. We are a humble organization, but we have high ambitions. Our founder, Sethji, used to say that when every child will utter Gita when taking birth, then I shall presume that we have achieved our goal to some extent. I request the audience to spare few minutes daily to read and follow soul-elevating and character-building literature of Geeta Press. Wish you all to have a great time here at this conference and in your life. Narayan, Narayan, Narayan.
We now honor Chinmaya mission, popularizing of the knowledge of the Gita. The popularization of the knowledge and meaning of Gita through Geet Gyan Yagna in the global Hindu community in recent time is largely attributable to Chinmaya Mission. Founded in 1953 by Swami Chinmaya Saraswati, the Chinmaya Mission has taken roots all over the world. Swami Chinmayanand was also the founding committee chairman and the first president of the Vishwa Hindu Parishad. Chinmaya Mission's most significant contribution has been to spread the knowledge and understanding of the Gita amongst the multitudes through the methodology of Gyan Yagna. Chinmaya Mission has conducted more than 75,000 Gita Gyan Yagnas globally over the last several decades. Through this method, it has successfully brought the knowledge of Hindu Shastras to the public. Chinmaya Mission is well known for its expertise in disseminating deeper Hindu truths, often narrated through stories in a way that is easy to understand by devotees of all ages. Towards this, the mission has produced prolific books, magazines, pamphlets, and other media content and made this material universally available. This has helped the global Hindu, particularly youth, to understand the timeless Hindu values and truths in the contemporary context. Chinmaya Mission also runs numerous schools, colleges, and other institutions to provide contemporary quality education anchored in Dharma. The emphasis of the mission has always been all-inclusive. It welcomes all people from across the globe. The Second World Hindu Congress deeply recognizes the distinguished contributions of Chinmaya Mission towards popularizing knowledge of Hindu Dharma through Geet Gyan Yagna and honors Chinmaya Mission for spreading the light of Gita across the world in powerful and effective ways. I now request Swami Sarupanandji, Head Chinmaya Mission Worldwide, to receive the honors from Mohanji Bhagwat. The citation for the plaque reads as follows: for popularizing the knowledge and essence of Bhagavad Gita through the practice of Geet Gyan Yagna across all ages and geographies. I now request Swami Swarupanandji to say a few words.
Namaste. I feel extremely humbled as well as honored to receive on behalf of our Puja Gurudev on this very prestigious occasion. 125 years ago, the great revolutionary Master Swami Vivekananda awakened the world to recognize the greatness of our motherland, Bharat, and our Hindu religion, culture, traditions. 25 years ago on this very day, in a forum like this, Puja Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda was supposed to be present here to be honored as the man to lead the Hindu Renaissance forward to the next millennium. I can only remember with extreme humility the great inspiration, the great knowledge, and the great work that Puja Gurudev carried on to build this great family, which we call as the Chinmaya Mission, to lead us through knowledge, devotion, service, cooperation, and take the glory of our spiritual knowledge, traditions, culture to the people round the world in every stage, every role and development of their life. The great visionary Swami Vivekananda ji had said, give me 100 youth who will totally dedicate their life in the service of the people and spread this great religion, this great culture. Puja Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda, greatest contribution has been to begin the Gurukula of the Sandipni Sadhanalayas, where people from all roles of life come to gain the depth of our spiritual knowledge. Not only did he create monks with the depth of spiritual knowledge to dedicate their life to spread around the world, but a great team of family people to demonstrate and live family values. He was the visionary to start Bal Vihars for children, Yuva Kendra for the youth, and besides the Gyan Yagyas with the knowledge of Vedanta, which declares that there is not only one God, but God alone is. And all of us present are only an expression of His divinity. And thus, the paradox of seeing the unity in the diversity that we experience in our Hindu culture, that we think everybody is divine. And that has been the great contribution of this world universal religion. In all the venues of life which we require in our development, in our unity, in our pride, and in spreading this knowledge of our culture, Puja Gurudev emphasized on the education system, and we have 100 schools plus international schools. And recently, we have started the visionary university, the Chinmaya Vishwavidyapeeth, the university to bring traditional knowledge and integrate it with modern technology. As I stand here, 25 years after Puja Gurudev's Samadhi, just a few days on 3rd August, the 25 years of all the dedicated members of Chinmaya Mission, from the Swamis, Brahmacharis, Grahastas, and Sevaks from around the world, and of course, the contribution of our Swami Tejamayananda, who has on all these years carried the great vision of Puja Gurudev, which is the great tradition of our rishis, to go forward, and we invoke the love and blessings of all the people, sadhus, friends, brothers, sisters, that this great journey, all of us together, move forward to make our glorious Hindu religion culture to be proud of and to make the world recognize its true glory. I accept my gratitude, and with prostrations, Hari Om.
The fourth organization that we are honoring is the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, ISKCON. Spreading the message of Gita to unreached areas. Hindu Dharma has steadily spread across the world over the last century. In this process, the message of Bhagavad Gita has spread to numerous regions, including very hard-to-reach areas. This has happened because the Bhagavad Gita has been translated into numerous languages. The entire credit for this mammoth exercise goes to International Society for Krishna Consciousness, also known as ISKCON. ISKCON has translated the Bhagavad Gita in more than 70 languages and has made these translations available in all regions of the world. The message of the Gita is now accessible to every person throughout the world. Founded in 1966 by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada in New York, ISKCON has its roots in the Gaudiya Vaishnava traditions, which goes back to several traditions and was founded by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Starting from a relatively modest origins, ISKCON has grown rapidly over the last 5 decades. Today it has over 850 Hindu mandirs, community centers, numerous schools, restaurants, including those feeding the needy, and charitable institutions spread across the world to serve humanity. By propagating the Hindu Dharma in remote areas, unreached regions, ISKCON has provoked deep interest in Hindu traditions amongst people from varied ethnicities, including those that were earlier not connected with Bharat. This has resulted in diverse ethnicities embracing Hindu values. Today, ISKCON has a very strong presence in Europe, the Americas, Africa, and Australia. Ratha Yatra of Bhagwan Jagannath by ISKCON in major cities of the world has generated deep interest in the science behind Hindu traditions and Dharma globally. The Second World Hindu Congress deeply appreciates and recognizes the contributions made by ISKCON to the spread of Hindu Dharma. We honor ISKCON's deeply committed members and leadership for promoting and growing Hindu Dharma across the world. I now invite Amut Manav Das ji, ISKCON's International Director of Communications and former chairman of ISKCON Global Body Commission, and to receive the honor from Sri Mohanji Bhagat. The citation for the plaque reads as follows: for spreading the message of Gita to unreached areas across through translation of Bhagavad Gita in over 70 languages, making it accessible to diverse ethnic communities throughout the world. I now request Sri Anutmana Das to say a few words.
It's a funny start because usually I'm the one that messes up on the Sanskrit words. Hare Krishna, Namaste. On behalf of ISKCON, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, and our founder, Acharya His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, thank you to the World Hindu Congress for this award and this honor. I would like to share this award actually with all of you. For the success of ISKCON and our global distribution of Vaishnava Hindu texts and Hindu culture is due largely to your support. Whatever success we have is testimony to the profound value of our shared culture and the profound knowledge with which we all have been blessed. Srila Prabhupada left India in 1965 to journey to America and then throughout the world to spread the message of Lord Krishna of Sanatana Dharma. When he arrived in America, he was 70 years of age. he was alone. He had no institutional support, and he had no money. Only a handful of rupees that in those days you could not even exchange for dollars. But he had 3 trunks of books of his translations and commentary on the Bhagavad Purana. And he had firm faith in the order of his Guru Maharaj and Lord Sri Krishna. He knew that the people of the West, and indeed the entire world, are suffering, and they need the divine wisdom given in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam to guide them. Just 53 years later, Srila Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita, as we heard, has been translated into more than 70 languages. Thank you. And more coming every year. His Bhaktivedanta Book Trust has published more than 550 million books and magazines. And ISKCON now has temples in Russia, in America, throughout India, Africa, Australia, and other corners of the world. If Srila Prabhupada was here with us today physically, I believe he would begin by congratulating all of you for your many achievements, many of which we've been talking about this morning and we'll hear for the next 3 days. Your achievements have been substantial. You have much to be proud of. Yet, he would also remind us that our Hindu culture, at its essence, is not about achievements in this temporary world. It is about seeking the eternal world, the eternal values. It is not about showing up the rest of the world. It is about showing the world and teaching the world that we are all spiritual beings. Teaching that real peace and success lies in understanding our divinity and our relationship to the Supreme Divine. That this world is not ours to control or conquer, because in fact it belongs to God. And that only by understanding that fact will we achieve peace, and will the very troubled world in which we live in today also achieve peace. As the Vedanta Sutra teaches us, Atato Brahma Jignasha, having acquired this human form of life, it is time to inquire into the absolute truth. This is our shared message. This is our noble message. This is our urgent message to the world. ISKCON is trying to do our humble part in carrying this message forward. We appreciate your friendship, your partnership, your support, and all that you do to ensure that this greatest of all Hindu contributions, this message of the Bhagavad Gita, this message of hope, of universal love, of peace, is not just alive, but it is prospering in Bharat and throughout the world. Thank you. Hare Krishna.